Before beginning this video, I want to give a channel update. My initial plan when I finally decided to make this Plot Weave channel an exclusive storytelling channel was to have every video be 4 to 8 chapter complete stories, but after spending a few months trying to do that, I realized that's not feasible at this current time. Putting double-digit hours into a 10 to 20 minute video that only gets single-digit views is not confidence boosting to say the least. So starting with this video, each video will only feature a chapter of a particular story. And speaking of that story, Chapter 1 of the Sinister Strip, Miami, was initially supposed to be a part of the 31 Days of Halloween series, but just reference back to the beginning of this video and the question on why it wasn't released in October is answered. Now before getting you to Chapter 1, 3 words. Zombies. In Miami. Let's go.
Chapter 1, Neon Nights. The muffled bass of electronic dance music echoed from the depths of Luna, one of South Beach's most coveted nightclubs. Strobe lights illuminated its interiors, revealing glimpses of people lost in the rhythm. Jake, with sunburned skin and bright, eager eyes, had an obvious touristy look. He watched as the crowd swayed, drinks in hand, and his excitement was palpable.
Man, Miami's even better than the brochures!
He shouted over the music to his friend, Ron. Ron laughed.
Told you. Nothing beats South Beach nights.
He raised his glass, signaling a toast.
To an unforgettable vacation.
Jake clinked his glass.
And unforgettable nights!
Amidst the intoxicating rhythm and shimmering lights, a figure stood out. Isabella, with her raven black hair cascading over her shoulders and eyes that seemed to pierce the dim, was an enigma. She glided through the crowd with an ethereal grace, her red dress catching the light with every move. She eyed Jake, who was clearly entranced by the music and the atmosphere. With a seductive smile, she approached him.
First time in Miami?
She purred, her voice smooth and almost hypnotic. Jake stumbled over his words, momentarily caught off guard by her beauty and the unexpected conversation.
Yeah. That obvious, huh?
She chuckled, a sound that was both sweet and eerie.
Just a guess. I'm Isabella.
Jake!
He replied, offering his hand. She took it, her touch cooler than he expected, but not unpleasant.
Want a tour of the real Miami nightlife?
She whispered into his ear, her breath chilling yet inviting. Jake glanced at Ron, who was engrossed in a conversation with a local.
Sure, why not?
He responded, captivated by Isabella's charisma. The two ventured to a quieter part of the club, a secluded alcove hidden away from the main dance floor. Soft, ambient lighting gave it an otherworldly glow. Isabella leaned in, her lips almost touching Jake's ear.
Miami has many secrets,
she murmured. As she spoke, her eyes fixated on Jake's neck, particularly the pulse that beat noticeably beneath his skin. Jake, caught in the allure of the moment and the mysterious beauty before him, barely noticed as Isabella's lips brushed his neck. The sensation was odd, a mix of pleasure and a slight sting. Everything around him started to blur. Isabella drew back, her lips stained with a shade darker than before. Jake, dazed, tried to process what had just happened. A distance away, watching this intimate exchange, stood Detective Alex Martinez. His gaze was sharp, his suspicions aroused. He'd seen enough to know that something wasn't right, but proving it was another challenge altogether. He sipped his drink, eyes never leaving the pair, as the night wore on.
Like, subscribe, comment, click the bell for notifications. The algorithm likes that, and that helps me out. Chapter 2 will be released within the next week or so. Just putting the final touches on it. Okay, see you in the future.